Hello, door number 20. We're getting close to the end now. Obviously, college is finished now. Hope you're still listening to these. They will help. We're going to run them right up to Christmas Eve, and then obviously they'll start like an advent calendar does. So, Christmas joke. Why did the skeleton not go to the Christmas party? Because he had nobody to go with. Yes, I'm loving that one. I think that's the best so far. We've had a few crackers. Okay, Connor is currently in the life stage of adolescence. If you don't know the life stages by now, the names and the ages, you should. Okay, that's the first thing you should be learning. So, adolescence, identify one physical, one intellectual, one emotional, and one social change that could take place during his current life stage. Now, this comes from the January 2019 tricky mock exam paper. That's the one I printed off and asked you to complete as a revision. It's not a test. I'm not going to mark it. I've given you a printout of the exam paper, and the mark scheme and the examiner's report is on Microsoft Teams as one of the tasks you've been asked to do over Christmas. So I just decided I'd go through this because I think it's a tough exam paper, and this, again, tough question. Have a little think. Don't need to write anything down. Think about what you'd write. Bonus if you can write something, but just listen to the clip. Okay, go through the answers in a second. Okay, where are the answers? Alright, so pretty straightforward this. It's asking you about changes. Okay? So, Pi's changes that should take place during his current life stage, and he's in adolescence. So these are going to take you through the teen years. Physical, well, it said he. Okay, it said Connor is in the life stage. So we're going for that he's a boy. So he said, in terms of physical, it's going to be anything that relates to secondary sexual characteristics. So pubic hair, underarm hair, growing a beard, weight changes, muscle tone changes, okay? Anything that links to secondary sexual characteristics developing, you can have for physical. Again, primary and secondary sexual characteristics seem to be on these exams a lot, and in the mock exam, some people are still getting primary. We're quite good at secondary. We can think about what develops during puberty, but the primary ones are still confusing us. We need to look over those, okay? Intellectual, so for the intellectual, abstract thinking, so it's linking in a bit of Piaget, and this is why I like this question. It is tricky, but it's linking in lots of different things. So abstract thinking, that happens from 11, 12 upwards, and that's where you start to understand concepts, things that are not concrete, that are not physical, that are not in front of you to touch. Abstract is concept. So we've done the example of freedom. How do you know what freedom is and how are you free? You don't understand that, according to Piaget, before you're 11 years old. Okay? Understanding concepts such as love and God, that's what examples they've given. I've given you a different one. Develop skills at college, university. So you can talk about doing exams, taking your GCSEs, A-levels. You can be specific, okay, as long as you can link that to intellectual development. Emotional changes, that's a big time, obviously. Your self-image, your self-concept is developing, your sexual orientation, you're going to become more independent, and this is the life stage where you'll probably encounter your first sexual relationship, okay, so that can link to emotional changes as well. And finally, social, friends become more important than family. That is often true at that life stage. Anything to do with secondary socialisation, the impact that teachers have on you, especially media. So social media and social, you can talk about, you're worried about, individuals are often worried about the image and how they look and fashion. So again, that's one of those questions there that I look at it and think you could easily just have a bit of a brain freeze in the exam, and just be aware of some of those changes. You should know about these changes right through the life stages. So again, in early adulthood, about becoming an expert and using that knowledge, experience, learning new skills of being a parent and living independently. So again, these skills and this Pi's development changes all the way through the life stages, and you need to be aware of that. That is the first learning outcome A. Alright, thanks.